Okay, guys, cybersecurity is doing very well nowadays, despite an overall slowdown in tech hiring, but cybersecurity as an industry is doing very well. Cyber criminals, they do not care about recessions, they don't go on holidays. So companies really cannot afford to cut down on their spending when it comes to cybersecurity. The global market is expected to reach around 500 billion by 2030, which is like an amazing amount. However, if you're in cybersecurity, this is not the time to be thinking your job is all secure because like all industries, cybersecurity is undergoing a lot of changes, and if you do not adapt, you will get left behind. So the reason I made this video is to think about what will cybersecurity look like after, say, 3 years, in 2025. I wanted to talk about like the game changers, the things which are going to fundamentally change how cybersecurity works, and like within the next 3 years. So I've tried to focus on those things. I'm not talking about things like malware, DDoS attacks, cloud computing. Everybody knows those things are going to be like continue, right? I want to talk about the big trends which might really change how the industry is currently structured. So let's take a look, right? But before we move ahead, guys, thank you. This is my channel, The Cloud Security Guy, where I talk on a weekly basis about things like cloud security, artificial intelligence, and general cybersecurity career advice. So please, if you find, do like and subscribe to this channel and like this video, share it. That will really help the channel to grow and reach the maximum amount of people. So let's take a look at what trends I'm talking about, which are going to impact cybersecurity. So first off is automation is going to replace a lot of jobs. Yes, I hate to tell you this, but mundane, repetitive, monotonous jobs, it will get replaced by automation. And cybersecurity is no different, guys. Cybersecurity is no different. Supposing your current role is, like responding to alerts, downloading security findings, emailing them to people, like that, like things which can be easily automated. Your job is at risk of being automated in the coming years. Okay, that is a reality. No matter whether you like it or not, that's a given reality. Okay, if you don't believe me, there's this website called "Will Robots Take My Job?" You can go there, you can take a look at it, and it tells you the percentage chance of your job getting automated. So for cybersecurity, it's like 35%, which is you should start get worrying. Okay, I would not tell you to start worrying, but look at it as an opportunity to learn new skills that will help you create a career in security automation instead of just doing a new certification every year or doing a new course. And just look at these things: automation, what is going to impact, what are the new skills which are going to become more and more important. I'm going to talk about those. But remember, automation is going to come and cybersecurity is no different. There are certain jobs which are going to get replaced by security automation in the coming years. So if you're just doing something repetitive, something which is very mundane in nature, you have the risk of being replaced by automation. Okay. The second one is quantum computing. A very significant change is going to happen is the adoption of quantum computing. It's slowly going to replace traditional computing over time. If you have no idea what quantum computing is, and you think it's the name of the new Marvel movie which is coming out, the Ant-Man movie, yeah, no worries. Just I'll tell you in a very brief way. Quantum computing, it uses properties of quantum mechanics to compute in a very different way from today's classical, computers like bit-based 1-0. Instead, they are completely different, and they can perform computations much, much faster and much, much powerful. So what does that mean for you as a cybersecurity professional? Well, they are a game changer when it comes to science and research. It will become a big problem for cybersecurity algorithms. Your algorithms, which you think are not able to break right now, with quantum technology, they'll become very, very easy to break. Currently, it's in the hands of a few technology companies, but if you know how the trends go, they'll become cheaper and easier to access and wind up in the hands of cybersecurity criminals, cyber attackers very soon. So we can expect quantum safe cryptography to become more and more prominent. Standards will get updated, but you should learn about these things. Okay, take a look at this article from Nature magazine also, which is pretty awesome. The ways to save the internet from quantum hackers, because it's going to impact everything, right? And more algorithms, new algorithms are going to come up, which you're going to need to be secure against them. What is AI-based cybercrime? So AI-based cybercrime, whenever AI in cybersecurity is mentioned, people always think about AI-powered products. However, they don't look at the other thing, the alarming trend, which is the misuse of AI, and like how AI is going to really empower cybercrime. It's really going to change how cybercrime is happening and the new types of digital fraud which it can empower. So the first one is deepfake. I don't know if you, I'm going to link my video which I made about this a while back. Basically, deepfakes, they will enable cyber criminals to impersonate people and do a new type of identity compromise. You can think of it like phishing, but taken to another extreme. So you might be having an interview with a database administrator, right? And all his credentials check out. You're having an interview over Zoom, but it's not that guy. It's actually a cyber criminal who's using deepfake technology to impersonate that person. Or maybe he's using it to impersonate a CEO. He like hijacks your meeting. He looks like your CEO. The voice is the same because of deepfake, and he can actually con people into doing some things. Phishing was just like normal emails, right? This is like video and audio, so it's become very, very dangerous. So that's what you need to take a look at. The other one is text-based algorithms like ChatGPT. I made a video on this, how ChatGPT can get misused, how phishing can become more and more powerful, right? Like you can think of it, if somebody has like 100, 200 emails from like Apple or Google, they can run it through a machine learning algorithm and have something like ChatGPT on top of that. It'll create emails and messages which look exactly like it came from that company only. It's going to take phishing to a whole new level. And so you're going to have more and more products coming up. So cyber fraud is really going to change because of AI. It's going to become much more dangerous, much more harder to detect unless you have those specific tools. So learn up on this. And okay, what is now we talked about AI empowering cybercrime. What about attacks on AI systems? So just like SQL injection attacks, they became very common in the early 2000s, right? We are going to see attacks unique to AI systems like data poisoning, membership interference become more and more prominent. And they're gonna like take an example, this one. So we're gonna have AI models being attacked by things like model evasion, model poisoning, data poisoning, inference. Most people are unaware of these type of attacks, and I have a complete course on this. I'll try to link it here. You can take a look at that, but please become aware of these attacks, how dangerous they are, how they can really destroy, completely compromise the security and integrity of your AI systems. In the future, we're going to see AI specific products coming up, like like web application firewalls. You're going to have AI application firewalls, just like vendors cashed in on the web application security craze. They had WAFs coming up. You're going to have AI firewalls coming up, which are going to protect against these sort of attacks. But you can't protect something if you don't know what it is, right? So again, that's why awareness is so important. Okay, another thing, which a trend which is going to become more and more popular, is attacks on IoT systems, Internet of Things. It's becoming more and more commonplace within our homes, right? Attackers are well aware of these appliances, cameras, sensors, wearable gadgets, which can be hacked into and weaponized. Most of the time, these do not have good security controls because they have such a small storage, small processing. But what if somebody is able to compromise this, get inside your smart camera, get inside your smart home, or even worse, what if they're able to weaponize it in like a massive DDoS attack? You have the trend of smart cities coming up, which are expected to increase. So as IoT attacks become more and more common, can you imagine if an attacker is able to take control of the entire smart city, or like do a ransomware attack on an entire smart city, the amount of damage that will happen. So, and this is another trend that's going to become more and more prominent. And lastly, zero trust. It's going to become part of compliance standards. So zero trust, it's a concept that is often misused and misapplied. Most people think it's a product, or maybe it's a certification you get, but actually it's a philosophy, right? You apply. What is that philosophy? Well, basically, it's that philosophy that everything within your network, don't trust anything. Everything which is coming, every request, every device, every user, whether it is within the network, outside the network, you're going to verify it. You're going to make sure that this is a valid user, a valid device, and every request gets authenticated. Okay, it's a philosophy, not a product. But currently, people do struggle with enforcing it. So zero trust is going to become part of compliance standards, right? It's going to become part of standards like PCI DSS, ISO within the next 3 years. Within like 2025, I expect it to happen. So that's why people will be able to enforce it, because it's so important. So we are going to see this. It's so important for you to understand the concept of zero trust and how it empowers your organization, how it secures it. So that was a few of the key trends, guys. I thought instead of just talking about new certifications and new, what are the hottest tools, I thought about talking about trends, why it's so important. Because if you want to stay relevant in cybersecurity, it's very important for you to understand this. I hope this was useful to you guys. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel and share this video as much as you can. That will really help the channel to grow. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.